Are you looking for ways to earn extra income? If so, in this series, I'm going to start sharing tips and strategies that part-time notary signing agents use to grow their signing agent business around their current work schedule. I mean, how would an additional $1,000 a month change your life? How would you like to work for yourself and build a business around your current work schedule, around your time and your family? Look, I know how difficult it can be to start something new, let alone your own business. Am I gonna have enough time? Is this gonna work? What if I fail? It's scary, but remember this, every notary signing agent you see today started with the exact same fears. The key is to understand that this business is designed to be a low risk and low investment with a high reward business, allowing you to grow at your own pace while maintaining your current work schedule. But before we dive in, remember to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. This way, you won't miss out on any of our upcoming episodes where we will share real stories, practical tips, and proven strategies to balance your time and grow your notary signing agent business. So let's get started. You're a notary, or you think about becoming a notary and say, can I build a notary business around other priorities and just building a business? The answer is yes. I'm here with my friend Kevin out here in the great state of Texas. We're going to talk about his journey from working at Chase, being paycheck to paycheck, to starting a business, but prioritizing what's important to him. And that is not his business, believe it or not. So, man, how you doing today, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. It's good to be here and be able to share my story and hopefully just inspire some notaries out there. So
I
yeah, I'm
love it. I
excited.
love it. So let's start with the inspiration. You're on
Yeah.
track to make how much this year?
Looking at 48 to 50, shooting for 50.
$50,000. $50,000 is great. It's amazing. But what's the inspirational part of Kevin's story? So why don't you talk about that? You are the literal definition of keeping it first things first.
Yeah.
So what is first things first to Kevin?
I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be God, church. Like that is like my number one thing. So I give glory to God and Jesus Christ for allowing me to do this. And secondly, I focus on my family a lot, my kids and my wife. My family time with my parents were really close. So it's just all about them really. Like there's nothing else that like takes like over that. Like my business comes third at the end of the day. Um, but just keeping focus on what it is that really matters to me is really how I live happily, honestly, doing this business.
I hope everybody heard that. Business comes third to him because I get so many times, Mark, can you build a notary business around other things? Can you build a business that is sustainable, but also allows the freedom to do what I really want to do in your life? It's church, serving your church and serving your family and being a present father.
So
Take us back to the beginning. It hasn't always been like that, right? And so
yeah.
you were working at Chase, living paycheck to paycheck. Talk about kind of that part of your life and how you transitioned into and being a signing agent.
I started, yeah, with Chase. Literally, that's all I knew when I was 18. Um, Stuck with Chase, and I worked my way to what I wanted to be, which what I thought was like my dream job, what I wanted to do, and which was to be a banker. I started off as a teller, did different things in Chase, eventually got the bankroll. And once I got it, it was great. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed my job, but it blocked me from doing things that I really want to do. Like I was there 8 hours out of the day. I felt like I slept at the bank. I was there from like 7:30. I was leaving at 6:30, was going, driving back home, had like 3 hours or 2.5 hours of a window to do what I wanted to do, and then also get some sleep, and then right back at it again, like 7:30 in the morning. Like it was just like work, sleep, repeat, eat in
Yeah.
between, and like it was just a cycle. And life, started hitting me, and me and my wife got married. We were doing good. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we're doing good. But as anybody, they want more for their family. It got to a point in time where I was feeling the pressure of these bills, of just life hitting me, health scares and stuff that just happened in my journey.
I love how you said I was working a full 8 hours a day. Well, people don't realize you only work 6 hours a day right now.
Yeah.
And so, you're making $50,000 a year, but you only work 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you're like a full timer who doesn't really want to work full time because you have other things you want to prioritize.
Mhm.
And I want people to hear that you don't need to have a business that works 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. Kevin has a business where he's working 6 hours a day and
Yeah.
making $50,000 a year, which allows him to be present because that was the biggest problem with his old career. And what I love about your story, dude, is You have a choice to work more hours in a day. The truth is, you put in 10 hours a day, you'd probably make $75,000 a year, 80, $100,000 a year. But that's not important to you right this moment. I'm not saying it's not important to you down the road, but right now it's not. What's important to you is your one is your church, your two is your family, your three is business. You're someone who puts money where their mouth is, where no, I could work more, but the best part about this business is I can choose not to work more. How empowered do you feel when you think about that statement?
It gives me so much freedom. Like it's like I'm literally living life. Like I'm not the richest man in the world, but the fact that I can prioritize the things that I really love and enjoy to do and still make a good living, I feel like I am a rich man.
I actually think you are the richest man, in the world. Well, what's more valuable than money is time.
Yeah.
And I don't think people prioritize time enough. I actually don't think the money is the best part about this business.
Yeah.
I think it's the time. What's your favorite part about the business?
The flexibility that I have to go have lunch with my mom or go have lunch with my wife, which I do a lot of the time in my day. I just like I'll meet up with her for lunch. I'll go get my kids early and I'll have them for the day, or I'll take the day off. Like I couldn't do that before. That wasn't even a thought. It wasn't something that I could grab. It would be like, hey, could I take the day off and take my kids to the zoo? Like, no, now it's like, let's go to the zoo tomorrow. Like, I'm not gonna take any signings. If my directs hit me up, like I'm gonna say, hey, today's my day off. I'm actually taking time with my family. Like I have that like ability to do that. And I love that. Like I was never able to do that. I love it. It's just, I don't know. I value that way more. Way more.
I don't want everyone to value time because time is the most precious thing that we have. You are the epitome of prioritizing it, man. And so I'm proud of you for that. Everyone can say they prioritize their church or their family. It's another thing to turn down money to prove that point.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted to share your story. This business is amazing because it can rescue you from the time constraints that we all have.
Yeah.
And you are an inspiration, brother. You really are, man. It's not about money. It's about time. It gets being really focused on that is a beautiful thing. Let's talk about your income journey. How much money are we making right out of the gate as a signing agent?
Out of
Right
the
out of the gate,
gate,
first
right out of
month,
the
yeah.
gate, maybe 200, 300, $500 a month.
So my question though is why didn't you give up? Because see, a lot of people have this idea that like if I'm not making $4,000 a month, like how much are you on track to make this month?
6K.
6K. So $6,000, 30 days.
Yep.
And it's like people think they should be making 6K this second month in business. You make $200 your first month. I get emails about students where I make $200 and they're yelling at me as if like it's not good enough. And I'm like, wow, you made $200 in a business you've never had before.
Exactly.
So I'm just trying to get into your mindset. What were you thinking when you made $200?
So to be honest with you, whenever I first started, like I was caught up in a desperate moment and I was money hungry. Like as anybody who's ever been like against the wall and like bills are coming at you, like you're gonna feel that pressure. So you're money hungry naturally. But when I first like, and I went straight out the gate direct, I started just marketing because I was desperate. I was desperate, man. I was like, these bills are coming, these like medical bills are coming. My kid, like my wife was pregnant at the time with our second child when I was feeling all that pressure. And my first ever signing was a direct client. I was scared. I didn't know how to do it. Like it was late at night. It was like 8 p.m. These people were coming from California. They were like literally coming from California to the signing table and then to get their keys. So like I was just so nervous. But when I literally got home, like when I got home, sorry. Sorry, bro. Hold on. I'm sorry.
No. Take your time. I appreciate the vulnerability in this moment.
The first time when I got that signing, it was like I said, my first direct client. And like I came home and I went straight to my closet and I just cried, man. Like just that I was able to do something for my family outside of my 9 to 5. Like it was crazy, brother. Like I felt so accomplished. Like how you said, like it was a business I didn't have. The $200 I didn't have. Like it was just so it meant so much more, even though it was so small. It like I would never forget that moment, man. And I'm sorry to cry, but I just won't ever let that down, man. Like the feeling that I got from like, man, I got my first direct client and like I'm making something for my family. Like it was just crazy. Like I don't know, man. It's just something I won't ever forget. Like I think about that often.
Honestly, I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud of you for so many reasons. Yes, the money, but it's the mindset.
Yeah.
Like, you saw that $200 and you saw that as an accomplishment.
Yeah.
And which
Yeah.
you should have, by the way, because you were never a signing agent. Now you're making 200
Yeah.
bucks.
Sure. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
going to talk about how you went direct right out of the gate, part of your story. But
Yeah.
what I want everyone to realize in that what we just witnessed is someone who is super present. And I think that's what people lose in the moment
Yeah.
is your back's against the wall. This had to work. You need the extra money, but you were still present enough to be like, this is major.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And too many times comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
You didn't compare yourself. All you said was, I have $200 more now than I did before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't apologize for crying. I don't think enough people cry. I don't think people take in the moment. None of people are present. And that's the mindset. I love these interviews because you're really looking into real people making real change for their families. All successful people stay present and focused on their journey. But man, I appreciate your vulnerability right there, brother. I would give you a hug, hugging you right through here, bro. I hope you feel that, man. But thank you for that, because that is the key between success and discouragement.
Yeah.
Success is being present, coming home, crying to your cousin. And what I think happened in that moment, tell me if I'm wrong, is that made you realize this is the time to double down on my efforts.
Exactly.
And that's what being present does. See, I tell every student, I hope you're watching this. If you never heard this before, I see momentum creates momentum. But you can only create momentum if you start categorizing and taking care of those wins. And like, yes, that was huge. Because then what you did is like, okay, I got to do it again. I got to do it again. I got to do that. This is real. I always get, well, Mark, I'm going to do 20 signings first before I go direct. So why didn't you say, oh, well, I'm just going to go do 10 signing service signings first? Well, I just got to get the reps in of signings before I go direct. Inspire other people, because I tell everybody you're ready to go direct tomorrow.
Yeah.
But not enough of them do. So how did you do it?
I feel like I had no other route but to go direct. Like, I need to make this work. I need to make this for my family. So going straight off the gate, I mean, it was scared. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. It was super scary.
Yeah.
I never did a loan signing. I was watching your videos. Like, I was like, that's all I was doing. I was watching these videos. I was watching the mock signings. I was doing everything, trying to just absorb as much as I could. And I just went marketing one day, and I went to a title company here in my area, and I just started going around here in my area to the next city over.
Let's unpack this. Because when you say I had no other choice, what I hear really is my family's more important than my nerves. My family's more important than scared. And so what I heard is somebody who puts their why truly at the forefront. Here's what I hear a lot.
Yeah.
My family's my most important thing. No, it's not. Or you do it scared. I hate to call students out, but I'm your coach, right? I got to tell you what you're not seeing.
Yeah.
If your family was really the most important thing and you really needed this to work, you would do it scared.
That's right.
So my point is, you did it scared because they were truly in the forefront of your mind.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm here to serve them, then I have no choice but to do it scared.
Every time I heard you say like my why is bigger than my why I'm scared, like that, like literally when you said that, when I heard the first time, I was like it just overweighs it. Like seeing my kids, seeing my wife, like me being scared, I push that to the side, man. Like, put that to the side. I'm about to get to work. I'm about to put the work in. Like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I just went straight in, and yeah, I got scared, but like I said, it just, comparing to see my kids smile, my wife smile, like, it was priceless. I didn't care.
When the why is big, the how is easy. But a lot of people say that, but they don't really mean it. But Kevin, I hope you know how lucky your family is to have dad, because you meant it. What I tell every student, and that's why I share these stories, is it's not that successful people don't get nervous. It's they don't let nerves hold them back from what they're trying to accomplish. There's this myth that, oh, Kevin doesn't get scared, that's why he went direct. No, he was scared. He just didn't let his nerves hold them back. And that's why I share these stories. So they hear you saying, I was scared to death, but I did it anyways because I needed to look my son or daughter in the face. I needed to look my wife in the face and said, how can I say you're first if I'm not even willing to do it scared? And you did, man. And so you made your $200 to $300 your first month. Yeah. What'd you make your second month, more or less?
I think around the same. I think, around the same. Okay, 2, 3, maybe 5.
Okay. Yeah. You're not burning down the barn, quote unquote. Why did you just ignore everything else? Keep pushing forward, because you could have been like, oh, I invested $1,000 in this business. I only made $200 the first month, only made $200 the second month. Why aren't you quitting?
Being in an uncomfortable situation is what like drove me to want to do better. And when I got that $200 and I went to my closet, I was like, dang, like I just did this. Like my wife came in, she's like, what's going on? I'm like, I just feels good that I did something for you guys. Like it was crazy. It was like a feeling I could never describe, but like I can't put it into words, man. Like I saw the potential. I know
Yeah.
once I got that and I got that feeling, I'm like, dude, if I can do
I'm
this.
stopping. I'm stopping. I hope everyone heard that right there. And that's what successful people do. Is you said it, you saw the potential versus, oh, I'm not making $1,000 a month. And that's how successful people, because everything is perspective in life. I see the potential. So therefore, I'm going to be patient, but put in effort. People
Yeah,
make $200, and they give up. Oh, there's too many notaries. Interest rates are too high, versus blaming themselves because you didn't see the potential. Well, therefore, you didn't put in the work. You put in the work. You didn't blame other people. You didn't blame the market, because this business is all about effort.
yeah,
It's about seeing what's possible, then believing in yourself.
yeah.
And that's what I hear from you. Someone who saw the potential, your words exactly, and then you knew what you were capable of. I'm capable of doing it scared because I have to. At what point were you starting making real money? 1,000, 1,500, 2 grand a month?
I made calculations like, hey, I went to my wife, like, hey, babe, like I had all these signings like that were coming through. Like I could have made this much, or I could have made this much. Like I wouldn't make the calculation. Like, man, like okay. So then I was like, okay, let me take a vacation during the time I think it'll be busy, and I was like, let me just go all in. I was going marketing, so I made my first thousand that month. Like I don't know, I think maybe like September or so, something like that. It was like 1,200.
Hey,
Oh,
June, so like 5 months in.
yeah, yeah,
So you planted your seeds, you watered your seeds every day, and you built your business.
yeah,
And I don't think enough people allow their farm to grow. They
yeah.
want to plant the seeds and pick the fruit the same day. What would you say to people if that's their mindset?
Consistency is key,
Mm.
honestly. Like just being consistent even when you don't see the results, because many times I didn't see results. I was getting no's. I was like calling signing services, and I mean, thanks to God, every time I called the signing service taking your advice, like calling them and asking for it, like they would give it to me. They wouldn't even ask for like what is your experience or anything like that, but just like the efforts, I felt like God was rewarding. Like the
Yeah.
fact that I would go out and try, he would
Yeah.
reward my work ethic.
What I heard as a student who was a student. So what do I mean by that? Is you paid for a coach, your coach tell you do X and you did X. Mark, you told me to go direct. I went direct. Mark, you told me to call signing services up when the notification, I called them up. I got the appointment. And you said consistency of doing it. You realize that we're not going to bat 1,000%, but if I can bat 40, I'm in like Flynn. The most important thing is like you actually did what was in the course.
Yeah.
That sounds so much elementary to someone like you who you're like, well, what else would I do? But there's
Yeah.
people out there, students who are still trying to like pick and choose what they want to do. And then they're like, well, how come I'm not succeeding? Because I'm like, you're picking and choosing your toppings. Start from the beginning, go to the end. And that's what I love about you is you did it scared. Your why was the most important thing to you. And you built this business. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
you've been dropping fire left and right. But if someone's watching this right now,
Mhm.
and they're like, Kevy, dude, 6 hours a week, 50 grand a year, serving your church, serving your family. If someone could ask you for one piece, what would you boil down it to help someone else?
Honestly, like I'm sorry, it's kind of a broken record, but it's God. Like literally, like I literally dedicated my business to him, and I said, look, God, if you're gonna bless me with this business, I was like, I'm gonna do it your way. I'm gonna put you first. And literally, like, so January of this year is when I was like, okay, I'm going all in, quit Chase. And I was like, and when I thought about like quitting Chase, I felt so at peace. I'm a guy that stresses about finances. Like I said, I was in a very uncomfortable spot. Like I wanted to prove to my family like why my wife chose me to be her husband, why my kids chose me to be their father. Like I couldn't like I had to like do right for them. And there's no way I couldn't. And like just seeing like my son, seeing my wife, like it was all I needed to go further. Like I said, once I got that $200, I was like, I could do this all over again and over and over and over again.
I honestly, I've done, I don't know, 100 of these interviews and no one's ever said that. So your advice is to get crystal clear on the why,
Yeah,
not cloudy on the why. But I love what you said there. You said, I saw my wife's face. I saw my son's face. What I heard was supreme clarity. Someone who knew why they had to do it scared.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have clarity, then you don't have a strong enough reason why to do it scared. I love it. I love everything you stand for. I love that your family is more important than business. I love your faith is more important than business. I love the clarity you have in life. And I love that you're a man of faith. My guess is your faith and is what kind of helps you get so much clarity, like
Yeah.
you know. And I think that bleeds into other parts of your journey, which is why it's not an accident why you're successful. Man,
Thank you.
what a good conversation. Let's wrap up with this. Thank you for all of this, man, and your
Yeah.
time today.
Yeah.
You know, you're 18 months in this bad boy, right?
Yeah.
So is there anything looking back on your journey that you're like, man, if I just would have implemented this tactic or done that, I could have maybe gotten to this point a little bit quicker?
One thing that I kind of left behind a little bit is also like the signing service work, because I was so focused on the direct marketing that I was like getting direct signings. But I was like, man, like I have these clients, like I have a good handful of clients. I'm like, and yeah, the industry at that time was a little like slower. And I think one time I even like messaged you on Instagram, like, man, like I'm just feeling down. I just need some words of encouragement. Like I'm getting all these no's. Like it's horrible. It feels bad to get all these no's, and you're out there putting your best efforts. And what I came to realize is like I can't sleep on these signing services. Like I got to get a little bit of everything where I can get it. Like now I'm in the position where my business is where I have direct signings, and then like a good amount of them, and then the signing servers are filling in the holes, but like that all adds up to my income, and that's one thing I noticed that I slept on.
Let me unpack this for everybody. What I really heard is you didn't diversify early enough.
Exactly.
Whether you are signing serve only, then you need to go direct, or in your case, you're too much direct, you need to diversify signing services. A lot of people think that I'm anti-signing service. No, I am pro revenue. And so I believe you should have signing service business coming in until all you have time for is direct. But it should never be all SS, all direct. It should be both until one settles to the top of your revenue strategy. So a lot of people are going to be the opposite of you,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
They're going to be focused more on signing service and they should be focused more on direct. But even if you're direct, like there should be a balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you focus too much on one, you're leaving some off the table. And so it should never be, oh, I'm all direct, oh, I'm all SS, until one completely fills your calendar. I'm not anti-signing service. I'm anti you not believing in yourself. And Kevin, you had no lack of that, brother. You believe in yourself from day one. You realize that if it's meant to be, it's up to me. I thought what was beautiful is that you knew that you were so crystal clear. I hope everyone hears that. So crystal clear on why this had to work. There was no gray, there was no black and white. It was crystal clear. I got to do this for my babies.
Yep.
I love what you said, dude. It's beautiful. I hope your wife knows how lucky she is. Like I saw my wife's face in my head.
Yeah.
Like crystal clear. I saw my son. Crystal clear.
Yeah.
Brother, I just want to say thank you. I hope this
No, yeah.
inspired some humans. 6 hours a week, making $50,000 a year, serving his family, serving his church. I don't know what else you want out of life, brother. And my bet is you're present in your life. I bet you're an unbelievable dad, an unbelievable spouse, unbelievable member of your church because you don't take things for granted. Am I close on that? Give me some final words.
I mean, a lot of people do find themselves discouraged because they get a lot of no's, or because business is not where they want to, because they see these success stories like how I did when I first started, and they're like, man, I want to do that. And like you see people on our Facebook page like just made this much my first month in like comparison to the Thief of Joy. And when you said that, I was like, man, that's so true. When I first heard that, I was like, man, I shouldn't be comparing myself, because I was falling in that trick. But that literally steals like all your achievements away. It just wipes it out, like like your efforts didn't matter. So like I just say to those people that are in that boat where they're struggling and they're trying to make this work, is to be consistent, don't give up. Like as everyone says, it's cliche, if this was easy, people would do it, but entrepreneurship is not easy. You bet on yourself day in and day out, and you know that you're going to come up on top. Like you just got to put in that work, be consistent, and eventually you're going to have your breakthrough. Like it's just going to happen for you. Like if you put in that work, nothing is going to be able to like stop your grind and your success. Like you determine as an entrepreneur, you determine how hard you're going to go for yourself. Either you build your own dreams or you're going to build someone else's dreams. And I chose to build my own dreams, and like just keep going. Don't give up. Like there's there's images that I saw on Instagram one time, and it was like, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. Is like these like two like miners like in the caves. Like one of them has like both have pickaxes, and one was so close on the other side. It shows on like on the dirt. It was like all these diamonds, but he was like walking away because he was giving up. But then the guy on the other side on top was like keep mining. He found like the diamonds, and they just shows like don't give up. Like days are better days are coming ahead. This is only just temporarily. This too shall pass. Like just keep pushing forward. You'll see that you'll gain the momentum, like you're saying, and eventually you just feel like unstoppable. You'll start valuing the things that you probably didn't value. Like I started money hungry, but then when I saw the flexibility, the potential of my business, and just being able to spend time with my kids, with my wife, with my mom, with my church, and just being devoted to those things, and then everything else came to me. I value time with my kids and my family over anything at this point. Money will come, money comes and goes. I've had money, I've lost money, but I won't have time with my kids forever, just like you won't. And I know you value it, and I see that in you too. So I know you value that. You won't get those times again. And that's what I love.
I got chills in my body from you saying that, brother. I'm going to let that be it. Appreciate you, dog. I'm here if you need anything, and don't stop. Let's go.
Yeah.
See you later, bro. Thank you. Bye. I hope this story inspires you and lets you know what is possible around your full-time work schedule. If you're ready to make extra income part-time, working for your own self as a notary signing agent, then click the link below to get started today. And if you like this video, hit like and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. And as always, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Let's go.